Hello and welcome to Class 3 of the Diabetes Education Program. I am Connie Horton. I am a Certified Diabetes Care and Education Specialist with a nursing background. You missed week 3 of your diabetes education class, and that's why you're listening to this today. So today we're going to talk about setting goals. Hopefully you've thought about this prior to the class and are ready to set some goals today. Taking care of diabetes often means making lifestyle changes. It also means developing new behaviors that can sometimes be challenging. But goal setting can help with these challenges. It helps us be more mindful of our actions and behaviors, and it helps us focus on success. If you'll look at page 60 in your book, it talks about goals being practical, measurable, and realistic. Practical goals means that it needs to fit your life and be able to be accomplished. Measurable goals help you know if you're able to reach the goal. And realistic means it needs to be very doable. You will also hear this referred to as SMART goals. SMART goals have an acronym to help define them. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. On page 60 of your book talks about some different goals that have been set that are practical and measurable compared to those that are not practical and measurable. So, a practical measurable goal would be I will walk for at least 15 minutes 3 days each week for the next 3 months. Those not so practical would be I will jog 3 miles 5 days a week. This isn't practical unless you are currently jogging frequently already. Another practical goal is I will include fresh fruit or a vegetable at 2 of my meals each day. A not practical or measurable goal is I will eat only healthy foods from now on. It's hard to know if that is measurable because there's no definite or achievable realisticness to that goal. Another practical measurable goal is I will plan 1 evening meal each week. A not practical goal or measurable goal would be I will plan all my meals for the entire month. Unless you're a meal planner already, that would be very unrealistic because it would not be achievable because that is very difficult to do for most people. But planning ahead 1 meal each week is a much better goal. Think about other times in your life when you have set a goal. How did you manage it? Most break large goals down into smaller sections to accomplish this. So you may want to run a 5K, which would be a large goal, but you break that down by starting out by walking 15 minutes 3 days a week for the next couple months, and then gradually increase that goal until you're eventually at your long-term goal and the large goal of running a 5K. So now, to get started, I need you to pull out your goal sheet. On the front it says Goal Setting Workbook. I'll give you a minute or two to find this. Step 1 on your goal sheet, if you look on page 1, it has a place where it says Session 3, Section 7, and Session 10. Today we're going to work on Section 3. What you will do here is work down this page. You will write your SMART goal in at the top of the page on Session 3 and put in today's date. The next thing down, you're going to look at how often are you working towards this goal. You should use a scale from 0 to 5, which 0 means not at all and 5 means always. And acknowledge your success. And then just think about how will this goal help you, especially in your diabetes control. Think about any challenges you think that might get in the way of the goal, and think of ways you might handle the challenges. We will use this page in Session 3, Session 7, and Session 10. So this sheet you can pull out if you would like, and then we're going to look at the next page in your book. If you look on the slide now, it talks about focusing on one goal. And the first step is to choose a lifestyle goal in one of the self-care behaviors. Look at the page in your workbook that has the colors at the top that say, talk about SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. So specific means use action words that describes what you're going to do. Measurable is how will you know you've done it, so it should have some type of numbers in your goal. Achievable, within your reach based on what you do currently. And then realistic, within your power to do it and relevant to your life and values. And time-bound, it's best to pick something that you can do about 4 days a week, or at least work up to 4 days a week. So when it talks about in step 1, choosing a lifestyle goal in one of the self-care behaviors, our self-care behaviors are listed here on this page. So, eating better for you foods, being physically active, taking medication, reducing risk for complications, healthy living and coping, and checking glucose. So, if you want to focus on your eating, you would choose a goal under Eating Better for You Foods. There are examples of SMART goals here. You can choose one of these goals, or you can make your own goal, whatever works for you. If you want to be more physically active and exercise more, you would choose one of the goals under Being Physically Active. You can choose one of these SMART goals that are listed here, or you can write your own goal. If you're having difficulty taking your medication, this might be an area you would want to work on. And you can choose one of these SMART goals here, or make it more personal to you and fit you by creating your own goal. Reducing risk for complications. So you may want to stop using tobacco like is listed here. So your SMART goal would be to reduce cigarettes from 10 to 8 4 days per week. But if this goal isn't realistic to you, you could change it up and do something different. Healthy living and coping. This may be dealing with stress or sleep or relationships or any kind of thing. So there are a couple SMART goals here that you could choose from, or you can create your own. And also checking your glucose regularly and logging results to see patterns over time could be another area you would want to set a goal. Your SMART goals are listed there that could be used here, or you can make them more pertinent to yourself and create another goal. You need to set one goal that's important to you and write your SMART goal in your goals log, which is that first page we looked at. Step 2, we want to rate the importance of the goal. To help you do this, you can also do the next page in your book that says Step 2. Rate how important the goal is to you, and there are some questions here that will help you determine how important the goal is to you. The next step is to rate how confident you are in achieving your goal. So where it says Step 3, you will fill out that area and fill that in. And then last but not least, Step 4, rate how often you're working toward this goal. And you would fill that area in there. Step 5, it says here, it's not on the slide, but Step 5 is answer the questions in your goals log. So now you'll go back, and that's when you're answering your question of how often are you working toward this goal, and think about how will the goal help you, what challenges you might get in the way, and how can you manage these challenges. I'd like for you to pause this presentation and spend the next several minutes working on your goal. If you need help, your teaching leader next week can help you if you have questions or concerns. Welcome back. Now we need to talk about your daily log. If you look on page 20 in your book, your daily log shows you your glucose results, as well as what you eat, when you eat, where you eat, your physical activity, and any other information you think is important. At this time, please get out your daily log and let's take a look at it, because we're going to use the daily log for the next week. This is another area you're going to write your goal in so that you can see it when you're writing all your other information to remind you that you need to be working on your goal. So, if you look at your goal sheet, take the goal from your goal sheet and write it in on the top of the page where it says your goal. This is in your daily log. This slide shows you just an example of the things you need to write in your daily log. You will put the date, your goal. If you've tested your blood sugar, you will fill out glucose levels and the time that you ate. You will also write down specifically what you ate, like 1 slice of whole wheat toast, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, banana, half a cup of yogurt, and a cup of coffee. Then you'll write where and whom you said it with. As the example says here, sitting at the kitchen counter by myself, not really feeling very hungry. Then, in the snack area, you write the time you ate a snack, if you had one. Write what the snack was, and maybe where, with whom, and how you were feeling. So the example here shows at 11:30 they ate 1 slice of cake, and they wanted to enjoy it with a coworker. It also shows that they walked for 20 minutes during their lunch break. So this is how you'll record information for the next week, and you'll want to bring your daily log back with you next week. Now, I'm excited for you to work towards your goal, and congratulations on getting your goal set. Make sure you save your goal sheet because we will use it again. Next week for class, you will need your Diabetes Basic Book, daily log completed for 1 week. Have a great day.